जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभा यशोदानंदन व्रज जननंदना यशोदानंदन व्रज जननंदना यमुना तीरा
की जय। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपान् साग्रजातान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमोऽस्तुते। तप्त कांचना गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा। First of all, I would like to thank our temple president, Her Grace Premananda Mataji, for giving me the opportunity to speak here. And I request the blessings of all the senior Vaishnavas assembled here. Please bless me and pray for me so that I can speak something meaningful to everybody today. Today the topic is the leap of faith. So few days ago we celebrated one of the most important festivals, Ram Navami, the birth celebration of Lord Ram. And in continuation to that, we are discussing today one of the very most important servants or devotees of Lord Ram today. That is none other than Hanuman. So it's an open question to everybody. When we recollect Hanuman, what are one of the first few thoughts that we get? What do we remember as soon as we take the name of Lord Hanuman? Anybody would like to?
Service.
Flying with the mountain.
I'm sorry?
Flying with the mountain.
Flying with the
He
mountain.
carries the Lord and Mataji in his heart. He opens his chest and shows him.
Yes.
Staunch, unflinching.
And strength, unflinching devotion.
Crossing the ocean.
Crossing the ocean. I think everybody is pretty well aware of Hanuman's characteristics. That's very nice to hear. So today, I know there are unlimited things that we can discuss about Hanuman because his life is so full of achievements that we can discuss for days and days. We'll just pick one topic, which is leap of faith, also in terms of Hanuman crossing the ocean. While crossing the ocean from India to Sri Lanka, or Hanuman has taught us so many things through his service to Lord Ram. So we will look on some aspects of what he did, how his journey was. So if we take the leap of Hanuman crossing the ocean, we can categorize into 3 sections. One is him overcoming the obstacles, and he being discouraged but yet determined, and him exceeding the expectations as a devotee. So first division that we took overcoming obstacles. Let's look at how Hanuman overcame all the obstacles that he faced while crossing. It was not an easy journey. Going into the story, before going into the story, Sugriva, who was the monkey king, upon the request of Lord Ram, sent 4 batches of his Vanara leaders to look for Lord Sita. Nobody was successful. So the despair and the grief of Lord Ram was increasing day by day of not being able to find Sita. So there is a lot more responsibility on Hanuman because his team being the only team left to find Sita, he is more responsible and his mission is more critical to find Sita. So having understood that, he has more greater responsibility. So when we are in pressure, it's very hard to do things. So Hanuman in parallel is showing us how to overcome obstacles in spite of having so much, pressure or so much responsibility on his shoulders. So while Hanuman, this is how Hanuman started his journey. While the monkey warriors reminded him of his strength, he left off from the steep point of India to reach Lanka. So then, when he left off with so much power and pressure that the mountains underneath, literally like the trees flew off from the mountains, the animals got scattered, all the people who are living on the mountains got scared that some attack is going to happen. That was the power of Hanuman. But before, even though he was so powerful, he still did all the prayers to Lord Brahma, Lord Surya, his own father, wind god, to give him success. So it is very important, even though how powerful we are, to remember our forefathers or our senior people to take blessings before starting any good act in our life. So that is one aspect, even the first step of Hanuman is teaching us. Once he started the journey, because of his prayers, Lord Surya, he is flying bare. He is not wearing any clothes like how we cover ourselves in the sun. So Lord Surya never let the scorching heat make his body burn. He protected all the way so that he doesn't feel the heat. That was one blessing that he got from Lord Surya. And then his father wind god, looking at his son's good deed or act that he's going to perform, he made sure the wind blowed behind him, not against him, so that he should be successful in his mission. So like this, all the gods helping him, Hanuman started his journey. When he started his journey, after he went for a certain distance, suddenly a mountain comes out of the ocean, kind of comes into the sky. This is Parvataneni Mainak. This mountain is a golden mountain. This Parvataneni Mainak comes in and says, "Oh Hanuman, you are traveling from such a far distance. Take some rest on me. You can relax a little bit and then you can start your journey." Now this Mainak he was benefited by one of the ancestors of Lord Ram. So in order to reciprocate the benefits that he got, he wanted to do his service to Lord Ram. So by serving Hanuman. So even though it was not a direct service, he was happy to serve the devotee of the Lord. So then he requests Hanuman to please take rest on him. But here Hanuman swiftly thinks, do we really need to stop here? If I stop, my mission will delay. But if I don't stop, I am rejecting a devotee. I am rejecting a devotee's service. So here we can take a life parallel. Like many times, we encounter so many choices for one particular decision in our life. There is always a good and bad, and relatively, any intelligent person or any sensible person can make a choice between good and bad. You can easily discard, even if with some common sense, you can discard the bad and keep the good. But when the choice is between good and best, that is where your due diligence, it is very tough. See, here one opportunity is to spend time or to take association with the servant of the Lord, and the other choice is to go as soon as possible to find Sita. Both are correct. You cannot deny the association of a devotee. That is important too. We always hear it is the importance of the greatness of taking the association of a devotee. And at the same time, finding Sita is also very critical. So in this scenario, Hanuman showed us a great example. By what he does is, he lowers himself down, touches Mainak mountain, and starts resuming his journey. And he humbly tells Mainak that I am on my mission to find Sita. I do not wish to delay any further because my Lord Ram is in so much grief, and I want to please him as soon as possible. So please forgive me. So in this way, what Hanuman did is he acknowledged the desire of the devotee of the Lord, but at the same time he did not reject his end goal too. So he kept both the things. In a similar way, when we are going on a path, when we will come across so many lesser important or lesser good choices. When we can discard those lesser good choices and keep our eyes focused only on the end goal, we will be successful. So that is the example Hanuman is trying to give us in this pastime. He didn't show down his power, or he wasn't being rude. So similarly, a devotee will never be rude or never tries to be rude. A devotee always tries to accommodate. But at the same time, he is not rejecting his desire too. So like that, Hanuman pleases Mainak, and Mainak is very happy that he was able to offer the service. And he starts his journey back. Now, as he is progressing, he goes for a certain distance, and then the next obstacle comes. So here comes the demon who wants to devour Hanuman. Any guesses who the demon would be? Surasa. Yeah, Surasa. Surasa, Surasa had a benediction that from Brahma, Lord Brahma, that whoever is passing from that path, he can swallow, he can devour them. So Hanuman, Surasa comes in front of Hanuman and says, this is a benediction I got from Lord Brahma, so now I can swallow you. So Hanuman explains his mission. He says, I am on this mission to find Sita. Please let me go. But then Surasa says, well, this is the benediction I got from Lord Brahma. We cannot disrespect Lord Brahma. What to do? So then Hanuman thinks he cannot disrespect Lord Brahma either. So then he immediately, what he does, Surasa starts opening her mouth. So Hanuman grows a little more. Surasa opens her mouth a little more. And Hanuman again grows a little more. So like this, Hanuman becomes a giant, increases his form into a very giant form. So Surasa immediately opens her mouth to that level. So then, immediately, Hanuman, because of the benediction he got, he immediately turns to a very small, tiny form and then goes in and comes out softly. Before Surasa realized what has happened. So Surasa gets really surprised and she actually smiles. She thinks, usually monkeys are not intelligent, but where did this monkey come from? And then who is Hanuman? Buddhimatam Varishtam. So Hanuman is very intelligent. And we can say why he is very intelligent, because he uses his intelligence in the right way. That right way is in the service of the Lord. So like that, he comes out and takes the blessings again from Surasa and starts his journey again. Here, Hanuman shows one example for us. And in life, we face so many people challenging us. And and there will be so many battles that we have to pick and choose. We cannot fight each and every battle. We will be exhausted. Our life every day gives us new challenges and battles. So he picked only that he wants to pick, he wants to do. Like he didn't feel ashamed that he had to become, this is a demon. And he's so powerful. If he wanted, he could have killed her. He could have killed her. He could have fought with her. He could have killed her. But he didn't do so. His purpose was not winning here. His purpose was to accomplish his mission as soon as possible. So he thought, what is the easiest and what is the most fastest way to get this thing done? So for that, he didn't feel like, okay, it's a she demon I can defeat. I have to become small, Becoming small, bending our head in front of somebody is a very difficult task. It's not easy to bend our head. It means, we have to let go of our ego, we have to let go of our pride, and so many other things. But here, because of his ultimate clear motive that he had, he didn't bother what needs to be done. His goal is only to move on. So what needs to be done to move on, that's all he did. He didn't care what is happening to him. He only thought what is required. So similarly in life, when we are picking the battles, we have to pick and choose. Somewhere we lose, some battles we win. Even in the house, we have kids, we have husband or wife. We cannot win everything. Say I'm right all the time. It doesn't work. We do it one day, our house is a chaos. Out of personal experience, everybody can reflect what is happening in their lives. So, but if the whole house has a common goal, at least some common goals, we all can work towards that. That brings the common goal in the house or any establishment will bring harmony. So that's what Hanuman taught us while defeating this Surasa demon. So then after this, he starts his journey again. The journey towards Lanka. Then again, after traveling for some certain distance, he starts realizing that he's getting paralyzed and he's not moving any further. And he's flying, but he's not moving. He's in the same place. He's wondering what is happening. Why am I not moving? Why am I in the same place? Here comes another demon who is trying to hold Hanuman by his shadow. That is Sembhikan. This demon holds Hanuman by his shadow and comes to swallow him. So then, before Hanuman realizes what is happening, he already swallows him. with a great momentum, like, she really wanted to gobble up. She's so hungry for some flesh. So before anything he realized, he's inside he's inside the intestines of this demon. Because in what Hanuman does immediately is, he uses that momentum, that element of the surprise that this demon has given, and the same force, he comes out. He gets into her intestine, breaks it down, and he comes out. So, which makes the demon fall dead in the ocean. So Hanuman here in Surasa's in killing Surasa, he shows that when there is an element of surprise, when you are pursuing something, suddenly all the doors shut down on us. You feel like there is no other way to get let out. There is no other way to go anymore. Like, let's say you're trying to pursue a career, and suddenly all you lost your job, you're trying so hard, nothing is working. You're just, you don't know what to do. You're like complete standstill. But then, what Hanuman showed is when a door closes, another door opens. Only thing you have to remember is to watch out. Look out for new options, new avenues. If you are not watchful, you cannot pursue other options. You will be simply staring at the closed door. Then why is this door? Why is this door closed on me? Why is this door closed on me? What wrong did I do? I did everything right, but why is this door closed on me? Well, if we keep staring, we won't get any answer, other than just staring and getting tired. But whereas, if you look, okay, this door closed, what are the other options I have? Where can I excel? What are the other options I can excel? That will open a lot of doors because of our openness in the mind. One door might close, but there will be so many doors that will open. So, failures in our life can come, but our life should not be a failure. There will be so many ups and downs in our life that can be considered as a smaller or a bigger scale failure, but our life should not become a failure, because this pastime shows hope. When there is a failure, we have another opportunity. So like that, Hanuman, through these two demons, showed us how to clear some of the biggest hurdles in our life. So after this, he starts traveling again, and then he reaches Lanka. So as soon as he lands on Lanka, he is a very tiny form, and there are Lankinis who are guarding Lanka. He goes in front of one Lankini, and this Lankini was huge. All these Ravana's guards, they are so huge. She looks at him like, who is this tiny monkey doing? What is this tiny monkey doing here? So then Hanuman, I think it was night time, he reaches. So then Hanuman, she thinks what this monkey can do. Why are you here? She asks. And then Hanuman was trying to see how he can get past this monkey to find Sita. So he hits this Lankini in such a way that she is not killed. She is only get delusional. She will only be deluded. She will not be killed. So he hits Lankini like that. So because of this, that Lankini will become delusional. So then this Lankini hears a prophecy before Hanuman comes that Lanka is safe until a great warrior comes, and he has such a strength that when this happens, that is the end. That is the beginning of the destruction of Lanka. So, but he gets pleased with Hanuman and lets him go. So then, after that, Hanuman starts searching for Lanka. And then we come to the second aspect of leap in faith, where discouraged yet determined. Now here, Hanuman entered Lanka. He doesn't know how Sita looks like. First obstacle, he doesn't know how Sita looks like. And he doesn't know what Lanka is. Where the royal palaces are, where the people are, who Ravana is, he doesn't know, has no clue. Yet he entered, and there will be danger at every single step. But he starts looking for Sita. He goes to each and every palace where he will find a lot of women and lot of Rakshasas who are guarding the forts, women enjoying in their palaces, and basically Lanka was people were full of wealth, so they would enjoy constantly. So he saw different kinds of people, and there he goes to one palace. He sees one lady. He thought she was Sita, but then he didn't see any sorrow on her face. So then he immediately rejects, no, this cannot be Sita. Sita can never be happy without her Ram. So he immediately rejects. But he was so perplexed. How to find Sita now? I tried all different palaces. I cannot find Sita anywhere. Now what to do? He remembers, what if I don't find Sita? Lord Ram will become more miserable. And because looking at that, Lakshmana will be more unhappy. Sugriva might die. And all the Vanara leaders who are performing all the austerities for me to cross this ocean might end their lives. And that can cause so much grief in whole Kishkinda. So what am I going to do if I cannot find Sita? So this moment was very discouraging. But at the same time, he gathered all his strength and told and said that, no, I have to find Sita. Because that is the most pleasing job to Lord Ram. So, similarly, when we face so many discouragements in our life, it is very, very easy to get distracted from our path. We might say, okay, I cannot do this anymore. I cannot take this anymore. I will give up. Let me not pursue this anymore. Maybe this is not for me. Maybe this is not the right path for me. Or maybe this is too difficult for me to handle. Or maybe I will take some time, pursue it later. There will be so many options that the mind will give us. Mind is a friend as well as an enemy. So, like that, but Hanuman, because again, coming back to the point of being focused on his goal, he didn't think like that. He thought, at any circumstance, I want to please my Lord. So I want to find Sita. So then after that, he goes to one last palace where Ravana is also there. He looks for Sita there. He cannot find Sita. But then, on the outskirts of the city, he sees a big garden. And the garden is Ashoka garden. So there, he sees strange things. Most of the garden is deserted. Only one place of the garden has a lot of people. And that lot of people are all women. And they are guarding something. So what is it? This looked very strange to him. Why would this type of thing happen? So as a monk, he became more curious. So in a tiny form, he goes to the he goes to the garden. And then he starts looking underneath each and every tree. He keeps on going here, to each tree and looks. Now he is hiding on one tree. It was almost like early morning. Sita, remembering the Lord, she's crying. And she's chanting the names of Lord Ram. And she was in a lot of grief. Her clothes were kind of, in a very bad state, but she's just remembering Lord Ram, when he will come, when he will protect me, when he will save me. So, but suddenly Hanuman sees from the top of the tree that the big entourage is coming. And a lot of, warriors, a big army is coming. Figures out that Ravana is coming to the Ashoka garden. He comes to the garden, he comes in front of Sita and says, I have given you 1 year of time. I will, first he tries to talk softly. I will make you my principal queen. Surrender to me. And then he says, if you do not, but then he starts the threatening part. If you do not, I will call my chief cook and cook you as my breakfast. So then Sita says, any chaste woman on this earth, why will she surrender to any other person other than her husband? Has any person in your kingdom did not tell you that a chaste woman will never surrender other than her husband? Why you come here with such improper propositions in front of me? And remember, one day Lord Ram is going to come and destroy you and your whole kingdom and protect me and take me from here. And then Ravana says, Lord Ram, do you think Lord Ram will come? He himself is in exile, who doesn't have anybody to help him. And do you think he will come and protect you? Nothing like that is going to happen. Saying that you have just one more month left to make your decision. Otherwise, there is no other choice for you but to surrender. Saying this, Ravana in a haste stomps back. So then, Hanuman looks at Sita. Her grief has increased because now she's scared that she has just 1 month left. When will Ram come and protect her? So, looking at that, when everybody, all the Lankinis, the Rakshasis and everybody, all the warriors leave, Hanuman waits for the right time and comes down. But now he has a question: how will Sita get convinced that I am the messenger of Lord Ram? How to convince her? She has never seen me. She doesn't know about me. How will she get convinced? Then he comes up with an idea. Then he goes to her. He has brought a memento from Lord Ram, but still, it is still suspicious. So here, a Ramayana happens. What Hanuman does is, he goes to Sita and recites all the pastimes of Lord Ram to Sita. Hearing all the pastimes, it takes away all the grief that Sita was facing. Her heart becomes so soothed after hearing Lord Ram's pastimes. And then he tells such private pastimes that only Sita and Lord Ram knows. Nobody else knows. So then she gets convinced that he is the messenger of Lord Ram. And then he gives the memento that he received from Lord Ram to her. Her happiness takes leaps and bounds. Here, first of all, seeing the messenger from Lord Ram and receiving the memento from Lord Ram. So then Sita, he said, he reassures her that Lord Ram is going to come and protect her. But Sita's grief doesn't go she starts feeling the grief because she has only very less time. And she explains Hanuman that I have only very less time and I wish Lord Ram could come sooner. So then Hanuman says, in that case, let me take you away from here. Let's not waste any time further. But Sita says, I would not be touched by any other man other than Lord Ram. So let Lord Ram come and free me from Lanka. She also says that a revenge has to be taken for the insult Ravana has done by abducting Lord Ram's wife. It is an heinous crime that he has done. So there needs to be revenge to show an example that it is immoral, unethical to try to take away somebody's wife. So then Hanuman agrees to what the decision of Sita, but here comes the third part that we discussed, exceeding expectations. He could have just said to Sita, okay, I will convey this message to Lord Ram, and could have come back. But then he wanted to show the taste of what actually Lord's servants are. So he wanted to give a taste to Ravana. So then immediately he starts destructing Ashokavana. Now Ravana's kingdom, Ashokavana, becomes Ashokavana. Everything is destructed, nothing, no trees are left, nothing, he starts destruction. He takes out and looking at the havoc and destruction, these Rakshasis who are guarding Sita inform Ravana. Ravana then immediately sends the forces. So there was a gate. So Hanuman pulls out that gate, takes out a rod out of it, and starts whipping all these warriors who are coming to protect. Out of that, Jambamali was one of the great warriors that Ravana had. He sends him. And then Hanuman, he starts shooting the arrows. In the beginning, Hanuman doesn't even care. But then slowly, once the arrow starts piercing him a little bit, he feels the pinch, then he starts lifting rocks and throwing on Jambamali. Jambamali somehow escapes the rocks. Then Hanuman thinks, let's teach him a lesson, and picks up one of the biggest trees available and throws it on Jambamali. Jambamali immediately is crushed down on the ground, is gone. So hearing this news, Ravana is like, oh my God, Jambamali is gone. He becomes very furious. So he sends his son Aksha. Aksha comes thinking that this is just a mere monkey. I will just defeat him and go within no time. But to his surprise, before Aksha realized that he has come, Hanuman just pulls his chariot, throws it, and just breaks it to pieces. Then Aksha flies into the sky, thinking that he can protect himself. But similarly, Aksha gets also the same fate like Jambamali. So after that, Ravana sends Indrajit. Indrajit, after fighting for some time, he realizes one thing, that whoever is fighting with me is not an ordinary person. That much realization he gets. So then, without wasting any time, he releases the greatest weapon he had, which is Brahmastra. he released Brahmastra, but then that Brahmastra goes to Hanuman and just binds him. It doesn't do any harm to Hanuman. Because the benedictions he got as when he was a child. We won't go into those, we don't have time right today. So in short, Brahmastra doesn't hurt him, but binds him only for up to a certain time. But here again, Hanuman uses his intelligence. If he wants, after a certain time, he can release himself and go. But he wanted to show some more taste to Ravana. So then what he does with the same binding, anybody can take it as an insult, being bound and taken through the streets to Ravana's court. But he didn't feel that. He wanted to show what his Lord Ram's servant can do. And he also wanted to see Lanka in daylight, to assess the strengths and how city is, because he needs to tell Lord Ram when they're going to attack. So he acquires the whole. When he was passing through the streets, he acquires the knowledge, and then he goes into the Ravana's palace. Ravana's first question, "Who are you?" Then he humbly says, "I am the servant of Lord Ram. I have come here to give my message to Sita, which I already did. And I have taken the message also from Sita, and now I am going back." So, but why did you do so much damage? Well, that was just to show what Lord Ram's servant can do. And I'm just one insignificant servant. There are so many people who are more powerful than you, who can cause much more destruction, and you will finish within no time. Hearing this, Ravana gets really furious. What? He's talking in my court against me like this. So then, but Vibhishana says, "You cannot kill a messenger." So then Lord Hanuman says, he because he was not offered a seat, he extends his tail and makes the seat much higher than Ravana. Nobody had the dare to sit in a higher seat than Ravana. So then Ravana gets now more furious. "Kill this monkey. I don't want to see this monkey anymore." But then again, even though he didn't like the advice of Vibhishana, he follows it. So then after that, what he does, okay, what type of punishment can we give? So then, their tail is very precious to monkeys. So Ravana puts the Hanuman's tail on fire. So Sita comes to know that Hanuman's tail is being lit on fire. So, but what Hanuman does with the lit tail, he starts going around each and every building, starts burning everything. He used his intelligence. Okay, let me use this also in service of Lord. This fire also. But Sita does innumerous prayers requesting Lord Agni to make the fire as a cool breeze. So till that time the tail was burning and he was able to feel the pain. But as soon as she did the prayers, the same fire became the cool breeze for Lord Hanuman. So like that he burns the whole Lanka. Ravana is repenting why I gave such a punishment which destructed my own kingdom. So like that, then he says, then Hanuman says, Lord Ram will come one day and he's going to destroy you and take the Sita back with due respect. So like this, Hanuman displays many characteristics which we can own in our own life. And whenever there is a conflict or whenever there is a dilemma, we can always use from the life and actions of Hanuman to solve our problems and at the same time take inspiration. Thank you so much. And Hare Krishna. If there are any comments, I would like to start.
Thank you, Janaki, Mataji, for your wonderful class. Appreciate that so much. Please give it a hand. Thank you all for being here. Today's Sunday feast is sponsored by 3 families. Shraddha Shah, Mataji and her family. They are celebrating daughter Kashika's birthday, and she is seeking Krishna and devotees' blessings. Is the family here today? No, they are not here. Leeleshwari Mataji and family, they are seeking Krishna and devotees' blessings for Veda's birthday. Thank you so very much. And Radha Madhava, traveling son, what is it? Radha Madhava travels? Radha Madhava travels? Who are they? Oh, it's a travel agency. I thought our Radha Madhava is travel. Seriously. Radha Madhava travel. Okay, Radha Madhava travels and they are seeking Krishna's blessings. Are they here? No. Okay. Thank you. So, for the spiritual well-being and progress of all these families to Krishna's lotus feet, kindly chant after me the holy names of Krishna. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama,
Rama Rama,
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
I don't know if anybody noticed the weather has changed finally. And did you notice the landscaping work that is going on here? Everybody noticed it? Yeah, so that is the last part of somebody is just vacating the premises. Just 1 minute, Mataji. Which is gone. Just 1 more minute, our announcements. Please. What you are seeing here is the last part of the completion of the first phase of our project, which is all the utilities, parking, a number of other things, site work, what we have been doing. And so now the landscaping part will be happening, and we are moving towards the next step, which is the construction of our temple. We need all of your enthusiastic participation, your heart and soul and mind and intentions and everything else. It cannot be done by one Shyam Prabhu standing there. And this is not Shyam's project, this is not mine either. Radha Madhava, Radha Shyam Sundar, we are trying to build a temple here for their pleasure, and we need all your enthusiastic participation. This we are building only one time, once in a lifetime, a temple. And we are really steady systematically by Krishna's grace. We are going in the right direction. We are not going backwards and forwards. We are moving forward. The train already left the station. So you better get in the train, move along with that. And I think that's all what I'm saying. You want to say something. So we have some programs happening very soon. One more thing is that in your weekly communications, you must have seen Chatendra Mataji has created a list of programs that are happening in the first quarter of this year, and please pay close attention to that and come and participate. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hare Krishna, everyone. As Mataji said, the project is already, as you can see, a lot of facilities have been built, and it will continue to grow. The next phase, which we are planning to start as soon as possible, the only thing between the phase start and now is money. We have a majority of the tasks being finalized. Approvals has been, we have got approvals as needed. There are many ideas about the fundraising. So one of the ideas was the committee members, they said, okay, so we'll work on bringing maybe interest-free loans. and then we may find some larger donors. So all these ideas being worked out. But the one idea that always have worked for every other places is the fundraising dinner. So this has been called out for many times, many years back, that we should do fundraising dinner, but because of various other reasons, we were not doing it. But this time we have decided to do it. So on June 2nd, we are doing our fundraising dinner. ASEAN Banquet Hall is June 2nd is a Sunday. We'll be doing starting at 5 o'clock. You know, the actual program starts at 5:30. And many of in ISKCON, if you are, you know, Gaurvani Prabhu from DC. So he will be coming. We are doing a wonderful program, Kirtan program with Gaurvani Prabhu. And we are inviting people who are favorable to us, who can support us. And there are many of those. Again, if we don't ask, then none of one you get. But if you ask, you will be surprised at how many people are willing to support ISKCON for our cause. They genuinely believe that we are a good organization. So the goal is that on the fundraising day, we'll put about 50 tables, and each table can accommodate about 10 people. Right? And 10 adults. We are not trying to count kids on that day. Because it's a fundraising dinner, we don't want distractions all the time. So there will be kids play area. And we are putting each table, we are putting $1,250, $1,250 per table, which will accommodate 10 people. And then we will encourage everybody to participate and donate. So committee has taken some responsibility that they will, sponsor a table, they will find their family and friends, but then we will do our own part too. I'm sure, we all know few of us, few of our friends and families who would be looking forward for this. But one thing, every year, this is like our third year, we are doing some outdoor events. I think God Gopal Prabhu, and then Viva Kulchara, then this one. And by the way, again, God Gopal Prabhu is being worked out. He will be confirming soon. So all these programs are being worked out. Each one of the program has been the highest of the standard, and will ensure that this time also it is the highest of the standard. Please don't miss out. My only request will be that some of us always stay on the fence and hope that something happens. So I request you, please don't miss out. Come and participate, however way, whatever you want. Money, no money, doesn't matter. Talk to me, we'll find some way to engage each one of you, right? Otherwise, please mark your calendar, Sunday, June 2nd. Invite will go to everyone, but this is not a free event. We don't want just anybody to walk in because we are paying for each seat. So it has to be a very RSVP driven event. So please help me, work with me, and let's make this event successful. And we'll learn from it and repeat again next year, right? This will be a continuous event, and we'll do it. Are there any questions? Anybody won't have any questions? Yes? You have a question? Tell me. Can I ask a question? Are you coming? Thank you. With that, prasadams are downstairs. Please take blessings. Yes.
I think Premanand wanted to announce that there is a big speaker. His role is Prabhupada is going to be in town next week, Monday, that is tomorrow, and then Wednesday and Thursday there is a seminar being presented which is very practical to our lives. The posters are up in our boards down the notice boards downstairs. You can take a picture of the flyer and please try your best to attend. It's something that would definitely benefit our day-to-day life practically, how to practice. Thank you. Title is Overcoming Negative Emotions. That's the title. Thank you.